Good morning! This is Mandy with Motivated by Mandy. I'm coming to all my friends and family and the community of the Quarantine Network and the whole dang world. In this case, today I'm coming live to talk about the basics of what I teach, what I know, and what I believe. Stick around. I'll make it short and sweet and then get into detail so you'll know if you want to stay or want to go. So, Motivated by Mandy. Who am I? I am a mother-daughter cancer survivor. I am a fighter of multiple autoimmune diseases. I have had amputation. I have learned to walk again. I have been dead and coming back. I've been septic. I've spent months in the hospital alone with no one there. I have also survived an insane amount of trauma as a child. So I want you to know where I'm coming from when I produce Motivated by Mandy. When I'm giving you from that. Why I do this. Why I started Motivated by Mandy is because I want other cancer survivors and other people in general who survived trauma or are trying to survive trauma or are living with trauma or are the 15-year-old trap girl that I was, stuck in residentials and being bounced around. I want you to know that there's a future and an amazing one. And all it takes is resilience, some patience, and the self-will, and mindfulness. And that's what I teach. I teach mindfulness training for the body, mind, and soul. So I typically work with trauma survivors, cancer survivors, other people fighting autoimmune diseases, but I also work with typically healthy people as well, because everyone can use some mindful knowledge, honestly. So that's what I do. That's why I do it, because I've learned you're limitless. When you survive things, you learn how to be limitless. And if I can show people how limitless they are, imagine what kind of a world this will be. Use your power for good. Use your knowledge for good. Use your motivation for good. So let's get into some things. Bear with me because this live is a little different than most of my lives, and I am still waking up. Because I want to go over specific things, so I had to write it down a little bit because, like many others, after chemotherapy, you may experience brain fog, and that makes your memory just suck. So, that is to be expected. There's nothing wrong with writing notes. I carry productivity sheets everywhere, basically. It's a great way to make sure that your goals are being met, because dating need reminders. Sorry, that's Wednesday. Come here, honey. We're not gonna bark at other dogs right now. Do you want to be in the video? That's fine. You can come lay in the video. Hey everybody, that's Wednesday. So, we are going to be discussing physical health, mental health, and during this, feel free to ask questions or inbox me, since this will probably be posted at a different time for other people. Inbox me anything you need to. If you have more questions or want to go further in depth with things, just let me know. So, the couple of things, so usually I'm in person with people when I'm training, so this is a little different. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is posture, breathing, and water before we go into the mindful. I want you to look at your posture, and or ask somebody around you, are you with your shoulders back, your chest forward, your back to the floor? Can you breathe a nice deep breath without coughing? Taking in the air nice and slow. Filling those lungs all the way down and around, just like a baby would. Expand the lung. When you look at baby's lungs going in their belly, it expands all the way. All the way. So we want to make sure that we're actually able to breathe like that we're in a posture that we can breathe like that, so we can get air to our brain to make better, positive decisions. It matters. If the breathing is lacking, the decision making is going to be too, because we are not getting oxygen to the brain. just should click there, okay? So what we always want to be focused on, even if it's 10 seconds an hour, am I in the correct posture? Am I using my lungs to their capacity? What am I not or am doing? And then figure it out and let it go. And start again. So a way I love to do posture goal with people who are just starting with the posture and breathing is 10 seconds an hour. The hours you're awake, obviously, is to kind of give yourself a little check-in and say, hey, am I slumped over like this? Yeah, I'm comfortable, but am I getting my full range of mental and physical capacity in this range? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Am I destroying my body for the future? Creating kyphosis, which is a hump, which basically everybody, and I'm putting it very layman's terms with a hump, and basically in this day and age with cell phones and everything, everybody is constantly like this. Part of that is you should be up like this at all times. Your spine is your life support. Brain, secondary life support. Maybe first, not sure, it really depends. That I'm not getting into. Third goal, water. How much water are you getting in? Do you know how much water you're supposed to get in? So there is ways to calculate your water very easily. There's apps all over the place. So download an app, start filling it in. Take time. It's fun. There's like a fun one my kids have that you plant like a garden. So every time your flower needs water, it dings. But you are the flower. So, in saying that, water goals. When you hit that hour mark, the 3 things to ask yourself that we're going to work on first here are, is my posture okay? Am I using my lungs to their capacity? And have I had enough water? Now, if all of those things have been met, it's time to move on to the emotional for a second. This is where I really like to talk about, are you mindful or is your mind full? There's a huge difference. And my pup is a great example. Can you come here Wednesday? Thank you. She's a great example. When we come home from work, right? Or anywhere, our mind is filled with everything that's gone on, with half the words that were said to us that day, with all the emotion, resentment, anger, happiness, confusion. All those feelings are still going on. What your boss said, what a customer said, what the lady down the street was doing. It's all going through the head. So our mind is full. But when we come home to our sweet pets or whatever, you know what their mind is thinking? One thing. Us. Do you know that's why that they're so happy all the time? One thought at a time. One thought at a time. Too much thinking clouds the happiness. One thought at a time. Are we mindful with one thought? Or is our mind full? See, she doesn't want that either. So we really want to keep that in perspective. What does mindful mean? This is a breakdown of it, and then we'll get into it further. Am I being mindful? And what that means now is mindful. I'm in the moment. I'm enjoying the moment. I see what's around me. I smell what's around me. I touch what's around me. I am in the moment. I am in the moment right now with you. You are my only focus. Oh, we got a little bit of this. But right now, my only focus is making sure you understand mindful over mindfulness. There's nothing else going on in my head. When I see people, I put my all into seeing them. When I speak to them, I put my all into speaking to them. Because if I'm texting and speaking with them, I'm not being mindful. If I'm walking down the street, overloaded by thoughts and want to snap at somebody, I'm probably not being mindful. Being mindful means you're aware. You're aware. And you're aware of what's going on near you so you can be part of that 100%. Not half-ass it. Mindful or mindful. Make a decision. So some ways to do that, a lot of people have to really learn from the beginning. Hi, Marie, I love you. Some people have to do this from the beginning. And again, you can inbox me for details on that because I'm just kind of going over the basics. But I really wanted you to know that no matter who you are, no matter what you've been through, from childhood to now, everything, you can survive. You will survive. Be mindful, be patient, and work on your goals 10 seconds at a time. That's it. 10 seconds an hour goes a long way. You'll see it increase. You'll feel it increase. And if you want to know more, I'm not going nowhere. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Nothing but love. Nothing but happiness. Stay mindful. And relax a little bit. Focus on that posture. That breathing. And that water intake. Sorry it's so short, guys. This is my first one doing on the Quarantine Network, but I wanted to just make sure I got that all out right, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more, let me know. I will make another video going into whatever detail you guys would like. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Stay positive. We got this.